Hey everybody, it's Colin Wilson with the Action Network, and here is your Week 2 Moneyline Round Robin Parlay. All right, we're going to start off with Colorado. Who else will we start off with? Deion Sanders is the hot player at the craps table. He hasn't hit his 7 yet. He's going to try to bank on more explosive plays on offense and defensive havoc on defense to stop Nebraska. Wouldn't be surprised if he won by 1 or 2 points. But we're going to stand at the craps table with Deion one more week. That's going to be our boat anchor to start off our Moneyline Round Robin Parlay, minus 140 out there. Next, East Carolina, small underdog, plus 130 on the money line. We're going to add it to the card. Marshall was losing to Albany entering the fourth quarter last week. That box score did not go unnoticed. Add East Carolina to it. Texas Tech, plus 200. This is the all-narrative game. How can you not love it? Both defensive coordinator Tim DeRuyter and quarterback Tyler Shough of Texas Tech were essentially escorted out of Eugene. Their services weren't needed anymore. You look for a big bounce back after that Wyoming loss. Nothing too detrimental in the box score. Let's go ahead and roll with Texas Tech here to get it done at home with a bunch of tortillas flying around in Oregon. Next up, Wazoo. Let's go with Washington State, plus 200. Every time I look at that whiskey tape, Wisconsin, Tanner Mordecai was picked off twice by Buffalo, a team that they had problems putting away until third quarter. So let's go ahead and back Wazoo, a really tough place to play in Pullman. Washington State, plus 200. Next up, NC State, plus 250. Yes, against Notre Dame. Sam Hartman comes back to the Carolinas, a place where he was dominated by NC State in their 3-3-5 defense. That's all by Tony Gibson, the defensive coordinator for the Wolfpack. He has caused 6 interceptions against Hartman over the last 2 seasons. 2 of 3 Hartman's worst adjusted completion percentage over the last 2 years have come against NC State. I expect that to happen a little bit more. Look for Brennan Armstrong to scramble and score. Next up, Arizona, plus 300. Yes, Jaden DeLora, Wildcats, Jed Fish heading into SEC territory to play Mississippi State. A number that opened around 12 has gone all the way down to 9, caught some resistance at 8.5. But when you look at both of these rosters, both sides of the ball, both teams, Jaden DeLora is the most dynamic player here. His core of receivers, Jacob Cowing specifically, are better than anything else that's on the field. So look for Arizona to put a thrill into Mississippi State, possibly quiet those cowbells and come away with a victory. And last, certainly not least, Rice football. Get ready for a lot of owl gifs on Twitter. Huge overlook for Houston here in this spot. Daniel Holgerson's going to play his first Big 12 game against TCU next week, and he's rolling off a victory as an underdog against UTSA last week. A lot of box score fraud in that Houston box last week against UTSA, but when you turn over to Rice, there was no box score fraud in what they did to Texas. They absolutely were superior on the front 7 defensively against the Texas offensive line. Texas could not generate any kind of rush. Rice had 8 tackles for loss. I love it. Give me the Owls plus 300. All right. So for week 2, your Moneyline Round Robin card, Colorado minus 140, East Carolina plus 130, Texas Tech plus 200, Wazoo plus 200, NC State plus 250, and then 2 big ones, Arizona 3-1 and Rice 3-1. Good luck.